you did oral solid dose, obviously very well, and then you went into liquids and you moved into injectables, and I know you had some work in the peptide arena. I got to ask, biosimilar land, how is that going to play out? I mean, I realize that's a massive budget. There's very few players because it's so expensive. How do I know you didn't get there, but how do you see the biosimilar market playing out in the future? And how many generic companies do you think will be able to participate in that particular market?
Again, it's a complicated question, and I think where you head is you start seeing these smaller companies, these plotting strategies to growth. At some point, you need to push it upstream, and as you grow, you're going to have to consider the biosimilars. But I just would be very cautious, right, at the end of the day. And there's different ways in which you can get there. Now, in your particular question, I think you're clearly focusing on the biosimilars and products that require sales forces and things of that nature. And when you get into these biosimilars and not everything is exact from an FDA standpoint, you're going to need those sales forces to be able to go out there in detail and be able to explain the differences between products. And I think that is it is a significant undertaking. And that's why the Tevas and the Sandoses have been so successful. I just think you have to be a little bit on the cautious side with respect to that from maybe some of the mid-sized players, because I don't believe anybody really is doing it by themselves. You all need a strategic partner, right? You need somebody that can help you with the biologics, and at least that's my understanding. So you've got to pick a good partner. You've got to have an incredible sales and marketing team, and you're going to get a lot of OpEx expense. So you really need to pick your products very, very carefully. And you know that there's competition within some of these larger generic companies. On the other hand, biologics is an area that's exciting and may not need to be a biosimilar, but there's other biologics that can be quite exciting to participate. In the case of endo, I could point to our Xiaflex and our recent Quo launch, which is also a collagenase product. These are biologics that require sales forces, but you're really not competing against other generic companies. These are products that are the only pharmacological products in the category. They're not massive sales forces. These are sub 100 people on an indication, and it's buy and build. It's an exciting area to be. So biologics, maybe an area that can be quite exciting. Biosimilars, it's just I like to caution it because of the larger sales force requirements, and you're going up against competition within the category.
Well, Paul, thank you. You have a wealth of knowledge and experience, and really appreciate your time. And I feel like we covered a lot of ground, from the general market to leadership to mergers and acquisitions, and the product value chain. So we really appreciate your time today, and thank you very much.
Thanks. Always a pleasure. It's always exciting and a pleasure to be able to chat with you. And thank you for the opportunity.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.